A lot of people have been moving to Calgary from Toronto and Vancouver, and today we're going to be answering why are people moving to Calgary and what lifestyle can you expect in our great city. Let's go. So let's begin with the big question of why. Well, number one, Calgary is way more affordable than other large Canadian cities such as Vancouver and Toronto. So let's look into the numbers. So what does the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in each city look like? In Calgary, the average rent is $1,300 a month. In Toronto, it's $2,100 a month. And in Vancouver, it's $2,300 a month. So as someone new or young that's moving to a new city or that's looking for their first place to rent, Calgary is significantly more affordable. Let's take a look at what the average home price is in each city. So in Vancouver, right now, the average home price is $1.14 million. In Toronto, it's $1.12 million. And in Calgary, it's only $648,500. So as you can see, it's significantly cheaper here in Calgary. And that lower price to get a home is perfect for first-time home buyers, and really just anyone, because you need a lot of money to just purchase a home in these other cities. And two, it's great for investors that are looking for cash flow because the price of acquisition is less. So the second reason why people are moving to Calgary is because job opportunity and economic growth. Right now we're seeing a lot of companies, specifically tech companies, put their headquarters in Calgary, which is bringing in a lot of jobs. And the reason for this is because commercial leases are so much cheaper than other cities. So in Calgary, it's currently going for $16 per square foot, whereas in Toronto, it's going for $28 per square foot, and Vancouver, it's going for $32 per square foot. It's no wonder why companies are putting their headquarters here, because if they can cut costs, they're gonna do that. Industrial real estate is also taking off in Calgary. Walmart, Canadian Tire, Home Depot, they've all invested billions of dollars into Alberta. Amazon is building a fulfillment center in Balzac, 600 square feet, which is also going to bring a ton of job opportunity to Calgary. When money is invested into a certain area, community, or city, values rise. So investors are finding this very attractive because they're going to get that appreciation. Homeowners are finding this attractive because their homes are appreciated in value and they're getting more equity. So this is all stuff that's helping Calgary's economy grow. Let's talk about the overall vibe in Calgary. Now, if you're from like Toronto or Vancouver, you're gonna notice that it's way slower pace. Things are not 24/7, go, go, go. We don't have the same like grind and hustle culture here. In Calgary, people more value spending time doing their hobbies, taking time off on the weekends, hanging out with their family. But depending on which community you choose, each community has a different vibe. So if you do want that go, go, go 24/7 big city lifestyle, I'd recommend choosing an inner city downtown community such as Beltline, which is where we currently are. So if you're torn between inner city like downtown action-packed and suburbs where it's a little quieter, what I would recommend to you is looking in inner city, but not like downtown. So right now we are in the community of Hillhurst, specifically the Kensington area. And this is about like 5 to 10 minutes from downtown. So it's a little bit quieter, but there's still lots of stuff to do and lots of activities. I want to go over what you can expect in these communities in terms of house. So since it's inner city, you're going to be getting something that's older. So I'm talking from 1912 to 1960s, that's the average. And the reason for that is because it was built first and everything was built around it, right? So most of the homes are going to be very old. Now, if you wanted something that's newer, that's going to be an infill. And this is basically when a developer or a builder buys an older home, knocks it down, and then builds something brand new and then resells it. You're going to be paying a premium because you're getting one, a good location, and two, a modern house. The two things people usually look for. Houses inner city are going to be more expensive. If you have questions about specifically what you're looking for, reach out to me and I can help you figure out the pricing for that. But right here is an example of an infill. Now we're going to talk about transportation. One thing you should know about Calgary is we're a very spread out city. We're bigger than Toronto when it comes to landmass, we're bigger than Vancouver when it comes to landmass, but our population is obviously way less. With that being said, you're likely going to need a car. So typically it takes 30 to 40 minutes to get from one end of the city to the opposite end. You have really good road systems. Unlike Toronto where you're going to be stuck in traffic for hours because it sucks, Calgary actually has really good roads. And some of the major roads I think you should know of is Deerfoot, you have McLeod Trail, Glenmore Trail, and you have the Stony Trail Ring Road, which is still being completed. Basically a big circle around the entire city. We're being proactive because we don't want to have issues with that later. So that's something that is really good, and that will be a treat to you guys that are stuck in lawn traffic. We also have pretty good public transit that reaches most communities in Calgary. And they're actually just beginning to build the Green Line LRT, which is going to connect southeast Calgary to North Calgary. It's going to cut right through the middle. This is really good news for anyone that's investing or buying in those areas, because that will drive up the land value. On to the next point. If you are looking for a newer house, talking 2010 or newer, but you're more budget conscious, you don't want to spend $1 million for an infill in inner city, you're likely going to be looking at the outskirts of town. So there's development projects happening in pretty much every quadrant of the city, except for the east. There's not a whole lot happening there. So just expect 25 to 30-minute drive to downtown, but it's a family community, it's quieter, and you'll get a pretty nice house. Just like this one. We're in Nolan Hill right now. So if you want something more family oriented, the suburbs is most likely where you'll land. Not necessarily new, but not as old as inner city. So each community has something different to offer. Our city also has over 1,000 kilometers of running and biking trails. So if you like getting those workouts in, Calgary is a perfect city for you. However, I wouldn't recommend doing it during the winter. Calgary has tons of green spaces and walking paths. As you can see, this is in the middle of the city. So if you are someone that loves nature but doesn't want to commute super far outside of Calgary, Calgary's a good city for you. And if you did want to leave the city to actually get out, like nature, Bragg Creek is about 30 minutes, 45 minutes away from Calgary, and the mountains, Banff, is about 45 to 60 minutes away. Even if you did want to leave the city, you don't need the entire day to do it. You're still pretty close to the mountains and getting outside of the city. So great for people that enjoy hiking, skiing, snowboarding, all of that sort of stuff. Let's get on. I should also mention that we have Kellaway Park, which is in the west end. It's technically outside of Calgary, but it's very close, like 10, 15 minutes, maybe. And it's a huge park. It's pretty much Disneyland, except smaller, and we don't have Goofy or Mickey Mouse. But it's still pretty cool. Great for those who want to have a family day, or if you just want to go on a date with your person. That's also something you should check out. I think Calgary also has a vastly underrated food scene. We have some really good restaurants, and I think that Calgary's going to get more recognized for that in the future. But some places you should check out are Santorini's Greek cuisine, so good. Bonterra on 8th Street in downtown, that's also phenomenal. And Ladybug Cafe, which is in the West End in the Aspen Landing sort of area. If you visit Calgary or when you move here, you need to go to those 3 restaurants. They're amazing. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. I really appreciate it. If you got value from this video, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. Also hit the bell notifications to see more videos like this, because I will be making more videos about Calgary real estate, moving to Calgary, the lifestyle in our great city, and I'd love to see you guys there. So thank you once again. Leave a comment saying what your favorite part of the video was, or what questions you have about moving to Calgary. So I hope to see you soon, and take care.